welcome to episode 160 of the All Seen Guys podcast with Greg Armstrong and Joseph of Jacksonville. I'm, of course, I'm the latter, and the first one, not the latter, that would be Joe. I'm the first one in that list of names. Welcome.
You were really on a roll there. You just kept going.
I got a bit lost.
I sensed that. Yeah.
I got a bit lost in my own. I was so busy, like excited that we can both hear the intro at the same time again, doing my little random fillers. I just lost track that at some point an episode was going to start.
I realised that I know no Beano characters.
Oh, I used to love the Beano as a kid. As you may tell, we're actually in the same room. A rarity once more. I think the second time we've done this since COVID first started.
I think the second time this year.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know, mate. Wait, it was this year, yeah. But definitely the second time since COVID started that we've actually been in the same room.
Yes.
To record a podcast. And it feels good. It means we can hear the intro at the beginning together. We're sat opposite each other. My mic's quite high up though, so I can't really see Joe unless I move my head to the side.
I can see you.
And then, that's good for you then.
That's me, fine. Yeah, I benefit from this highly.
This is a midday on a Wednesday afternoon. A sunny Wednesday afternoon.
It is, yes. It's lovely and glorious outside, and we're inside.
Yes, but it's all fine. We can stand outside afterwards and just soak it in. Although we'll probably finish this episode, it'll be pissing with rain.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes in England. It's
weather happens.
Gotta love that weather.
How have you been, Joe?
Yes, I'm good. Thank you very much.
You're on a week off work, enjoying yourself?
I am, yeah. It's been good. Had a good couple of days of doing nothing.
Nice. Has it literally just been doing nothing? Have you gone anywhere? You've just been chilling at home?
Just been chilling at home.
Fair enough.
Just they had the niece and nephew over at the weekend, so
right.
I needed a bit of solitude after that. In all honesty. Love them to death, but there's just a lot of conversation.
Yeah, Indiana's hit that stage where she's very conversational. She's been like it for a while, but now it's really like, in the morning when you're trying to chill out with your coffee, she's like in front of you trying to make up games and piling books on you and talking you through toys and you do this, mummy, you do this. Just let us have our coffee first, child.
Come on, man.
Then we'll ease up to it.
There is 24 hours in the day. Give us one of them.
Well, the last night she were you scared of the dark as a kid?
I don't think I was. No, I remember. I remember after watching the film Ransom, I was quite scared of the window for some reason. Because it was like my bed was...
falls through a window at the end when he's all covered in blood?
No, I just thought that there was going to be a man there.
Right.
Who was going to apparently ascend to the second floor and just be like at my window.
So I was petrified of the dark as a kid. Like I really was scared of it. I remember one night in particular, someone down my street told me that somebody had killed themselves that we knew. And that he went down the alley and he could see blood in the shadows, and he heard a voice say, "Greg, I'm gonna,
Someone told you?
Yeah, one of the big.
That's really fucked up.
And he told me that he heard a voice down the alley, and it was this kid Martin. He said the kid telling me was Tom, but he was saying it about a guy called Martin who jokingly said he was going to go kill himself. We were all kids and stuff, but he said he heard a voice be like, "Greg, I'm always going to come after you" or something. And
wow.
that night, I think I broke like 5 or 6 torches, like so scared. I kept asking for a torch, and then Dad gave me this good torch, and I dropped it down the stairs. I kept getting up and crying up the stairs, like it was terrifying. I don't know if that's the origin of my fear of the dark, but it definitely didn't help.
No.
But I only asked because last night, Indiana's never shown any signs of being scared of the dark. She wakes up in the middle of the night, she's fine. She like sings, plays, or walks in our room. But Lizzie put her to bed last night. We were sat down, we could hear her sobbing a little while later. I went upstairs. She wasn't crying for us to go up there, just sobbing quietly. And I was like, "You all right, sweetheart?" And she's like, "Oh, I don't want to be left alone in the dark."
Oh,
and I was
really?
like, "Oh my God, that's heartbreaking." And I was like, "Well, you're not scared of the dark usually. What's scaring you?" She's like, "The dark." And I was like, "But what scares you about it?" She's like, "There's no light." I was like, "Well, you're right, I guess." And she literally was like, "Don't leave me." So I was like, "Oh my God." So I laid in the bed of her and cuddled her. She went to sleep pretty quick.
Yeah.
And I knew she started then rolling over and kicking me away and kicking her covers off and stretching
You've
out.
done your bit.
I was like, I need to get out of this thing. And Indiana's bed's obviously small and it has like a weird little like tent canopy over it.
Yeah.
Trying to maneuver yourself out of that thing, man. So I swear I thought it was going to break my hip. I was like pulling myself up and I was like, oh my God, it hurt so much.
You're trying to one of those like horrible hip cramps.
I felt like trying to get up and turn myself out. I was like, I can really feel this. This is painful. And I've got to do it without waking her up. And the bed's creaking. I'm like, oh my God.
It was quite the workout.
Yeah, it's like I was doing another Tough Mudder. Like, don't wake the child in the creaky bed as you maneuver out. it was tough. But anyway, yeah, that was why I asked about you scared of the dark, because yeah, she's never shown you signs of it before, and we were a bit like, what's caused that? Like,
no, I don't have many memories of being scared of the dark. I remember some sleepless nights after watching some questionable things.
well, I think last night we watched an episode of Malcolm in the Middle where they got stuck in a fairground after closing.
Sick.
They snuck out and they got it all turned off, and they were in like
It's just them and the Taliban in there on the Dodgems.
they were trapped in a ghost train, and they got and in the end some like the carnival people helped them.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think that might have triggered it maybe, because even though she was laughing all through the episode,
So you'd think that would more conjure a fear of fun fairs.
it might, well, could it be? I don't think she quite understood but she likes rides, so
Yeah.
Obviously I was on holiday last week. It was really nice. We did our yearly, like, we say it is camping, but not really. Mum and Dad stay in the caravan, and we're like on the adjoining tent on the outside. So
We just have to figure it out.
yeah, exactly. So one wall is the caravan, and then it's like the adjoining tent over it. But we have bunk beds in there, me and Lizzie, and then Indiana has like a pop-up bed. This time Gary came, and he was staying in a little tent outside, and yeah, it was awesome during that time.
Just in case he wanted to bring a girl back.
Yeah, it was really. We stayed on a different campsite. This one was fucking packed. Like, you were really all crammed in like chickens. You were literally so close to all the other sites.
Yeah.
So it was a bit full on. But it was really nice. During the day we're always out doing stuff. One of the days we took Indiana to Peppa Pig World, which I was very happy to find out a little while before. When Lizzie booked it, I was like, oh great, okay. And then I realised it was part of this massive theme park, Portman's Park.
Yeah.
Which when we got there was fucking huge, like a really awesome theme park.
Yeah.
We only saw half of it maybe the whole day we were there.
Oh wow, that's big.
Like, it is fucking big. We saw mainly it was for Indiana, so we're mainly going on the Peppa Pig rides. And being the kids section, that was more busier. But it was still like half-hour queues for rides and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Gary took Indiana on that driving ride. We saw pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. It was a little car. She drives it. Gary sits in the back. But it is literally proper roads, tunnels, like a little town. It's amazing.
Way.
It's so. I was like, this looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, even before they start, the guy on the microphone is like, right, make sure you stay on the left side of the road. Don't bump each other, and don't use your phones. Like, it's like real.
Yeah.
But while that had a half-hour queue, so while they're on that, me and Lizzie ran off to another part of the park because they had a roller coaster they wanted to try called Storm Chaser.
Okay.
I'd seen it on one of the vlogs on YouTube, and it's quite a new roller coaster, and it's kind of like that Cobra one in Chesnut Adventures. It spins round as it goes on the track.
Yeah.
But this was like that on steroids. Like, it's fucking huge. Anyway, I only had like a 5-minute wait. We went on it twice. Like,
did you find out why it had a 5-minute wait?
That was awesome, mate. It was so cool.
Nauseating, or?
The first time we went on it, we just kind of sat normally in the middle, and it's really fast. Like, it's over really quick, but you're literally doing big loops, turns, and you're just in a spinny coaster.
Yeah.
Second time we went on it, we sat at the back, and as it went up, I like fell against the and I'm like hanging as it goes up. I'm like, oh my god! And that. When I went on the first time with Gary...
Did you feel like everything was just going to fall off?
Oh, we'd not eating lunch as well. When I went on it with Gary before, we kept finding, even though you're not going to, we kept finding ourselves ducking at bars, thinking it looks like you're going to hit your head.
Yeah.
But doing it backwards was even more scarier, because
don't know
even
when
though
the
I'm
bar's coming.
spinning, it flies past you, and even though it's passing you, I'm still like, oh shit, ducking. Like, what fuck?
That's a great element of a ride that you could potentially get concussion.
It was all like we talked about in the last episode, didn't we? The roller coaster that was never built, but designed
the
to
euthanasia
end your life.
coaster.
Yeah. I must say, though, I was really impressed by Peppa Pig World. They went all out on this place. I didn't realise Peppa Pig World was 10 years old.
Really?
Yeah, because they celebrated their 10th anniversary, I think, the day or two after we left. And it looks like you're in a cartoon. Like, it's it looks. And they must repaint it all the time, because none of it looked dated at all.
Like
Everything's so bright and colourful.
Yeah.
You've got Peppa Pig characters everywhere. The people in costumes are there for photos and for the kids to meet. And the rides are pretty, they're actually pretty. One of them went up fucking high. It's like castle, and you're like in clouds, and you're like rotating, spinning, and like turning. So you're like rotating, spinning, and while that's happening, the actual pole you're on's turning round.
Oh wow,
and you got fucking high, and inside it you can spin the middle like teacups. Indiana went too far, and we had to like grab it. The next ride we went on had them, and we grabbed it and told her it was jammed, because we all felt sick afterwards. Indiana was like, yeah, and I'm like, oh god, I can't handle this.
Nah,
I can't handle this.
It's one of the worst feelings. Because you're just like, all of a sudden, that ride becomes the longest ride ever.
It was really long. This one was fucking long, because it's on sets of 3. So because it doesn't really stop. As you're up high, the second set are at here, but you have to wait for all three like carriages, I guess, to like land, get off, get on, then it goes up, next one gets on and off, then it goes, and then they do the ride, then your bit lands, and it's so long.
I always remember the teacups. There's before the ride's even started, there's always just some cunts already spinning their thing before the ride's even moving.
When we went on it, it was cunts spinning it after it ended, just really going for it still, and everyone's like, you need to get off now, and they're like, no. We're getting off. I remember I was so dizzy getting off that, I left my hat on there and had to go back and lost the mat. But I really kind of realised that maybe I underestimate kids' rides, because the day before we went to the beach, and what beach did we go to? We drove down in the morning, and it was a fucking lovely sunny day, like really sunny. And we went to, I'm looking at my hashtags, Boscombe Beach. And it wasn't very busy, like really beautiful sunshine, blue sea, and we stayed there for a couple of hours. But then if you walked a kilometre down the beach, you just got to Eastbourne or Bournemouth? Bournemouth. I always get confused. You walk down, you're in Bournemouth, and Bournemouth Pier's there.
Oh, it's quite close.
Yes, but when you walk that quay down the beach, when you get there, it changes, man, and it just looks chaos down there. Just at the beach, it's just packed.
Yeah.
It looks horrendous.
Yeah.
The water's all murky around that area because everyone's there, and it's just completely
because everyone's fake tan
and it's
is
literally
fucking like washed
coming
away.
off. And it's literally like, if you walk 5 minutes, 10 minutes that way, it's like a really quiet, lovely beach.
Mm-hmm.
You come down here and it's just horrendous. But they have loads of rides there and stuff. So we bought tokens to do them.
Oh, they do, yeah.
And Indiana loves the flying elephants.
Oh, yeah.
The Dumbo ride. So I was like, I'll go on it with her. She goes on these all the time. She's been on it with Lizzie, Mum. She always goes on about when she went on it with Sarah, Ed and Sarah.
Yeah.
So I went on with her. And you like
Sarah of Ed and Sarah fame.
and you like lift the lever and it goes up.
Yeah.
And I lifted it up and went up quite high, and I was like, that's pretty high. Then I realised everyone else was like double what we were.
Huh.
And I was like, wow, that is high. And Indiana's like, I want to go that high. And I was like, okay, and hit the thing. And you're almost like vertical. You're so high up. And I was like, this is fucking scary, man. And Indiana's loving it. And let's lower ourselves a bit. She's like, no. I'm like, okay. And I'm like waving,
having a slight panic attack.
It's hilarious because in all the photos you can't see Indiana. It looks like I'm on it on my own.
Dad just needs some time to himself.
But I was like, I underestimated this. This is fucking high.
Yeah.
And maybe I realised I'm not completely over my fear of heights I had as a kid.
Would you say as high as a house?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's
I don't know if we're talking chimney level, but but it's a huge old mechanical arm. Like it does lift you up really fucking. I could see for miles. And then we got like this train that drives up and down the beach back to the other beach.
Oh yeah, I know that train. But it's on wheels, right?
Yeah. We drove that. We didn't drive it, but we had it back.
I could have driven it
back to the car. Yeah, it worked out quite well because my parents came and Mum has been a bit unwell recently, so it's good that Dad had his car, I had my car, so Dad could take Mum back to the caravan when she was feeling a bit tired, which she did, so we stayed a bit longer. Even though I was freaking myself out because I did so much driving, man. I'm so like used to just going with Mum and Dad and sitting in the car because Gary came, we couldn't all fit in the same car. So I had to drive my car with me in January.
That luxury has gone for you, my friend.
Yeah. I mean, it was great. It was fine. I just driving somewhere I don't know. To be fair, I did fine. Apart from one day, we were driving into town centre of Poole, and I just kept taking this wrong turn and just ended up on this fucking scary-ass roundabout for ages. With all these buses going past me, just like, where am I going? Parked in a completely different car, parked to Mum and Dad miles away. And I was like, I'm not moving it. We're here now.
I've committed. I've paid a fucking ticket. All right.
Well, I think I said to you and Ed when we had obviously had another barbecue Sunday just gone. We managed to squeeze. We keep saying every podcast now. Just managed to get another barbecue in.
I mean, every 2 weeks. It's not bad.
But we
squeezing these barbecues in.
I was saying they went out when we were down like Dorset way. It was some places seemed to be still like as if COVID was. They're still very strict on mask wearing in shop, distancing, how many people were going in.
Yeah.
And then you go to another shop, like a shop I bought this Buddha from. It was an actual Buddha shop, very hippie shop. Yeah. It was really cool in there.
New age.
Yeah, and you're kind of looking around, and I was like, this is cool. And then the woman at the till, I wouldn't say she was rude to me, but I did feel she wasn't that forthcoming.
No.
And I had my mask on. And then Mum had hers on, and it wasn't until we left when Lizzie was like, "Well, did you not see the signs all over?" And it was, I looked as we walked past, and there was a lot of like anti-mask signs up, you know, and a lot of like "COVID's a lie" and all this. I didn't even see I didn't even see it. I was like, right, I'm going to wipe down this Buddha. Like, don't want
licking this.
Don't want Mum getting sick. Like, so we had to be quite careful. And then we went to another shop, like a model. It was weird. It was like a standard gift shop with like, you know, the usual magnets, tea towels, rock, but it was attached to a really old school model shop. So I bought a few things for my Star Wars photos, and there was a couple of guys in there looking at really getting into all the different model trains there were in there.
They were wanking.
And they were really strict on like mask, watch distancing.
Yeah.
But then next door to that was like an art shop gallery that Lizzie bought some prints for like her parents because they've redone their living room. She wanted to get them some nice colourful paintings. And when we're in there, I say the owner walks out the back room and just like, "You don't have to wear those in here. We're not superstitious."
Yeah, what was that about?
And it was like, "Oh, are you
I feel like
are you mugging us off?"
I feel like they don't know what superstitious means.
Yeah, I was like, "You mugging us off?" And that sounds like a bit of a dig at us there.
Yeah,
Like,
we're not superstitious.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
so, in Dave, at the moment with us, no matter how you felt about COVID and mask wearing, we still had not an obligation. We still had a compassion to protect Mum as much as we could. From
Yeah,
getting
of course,
sick.
absolutely.
So, you know, Dad had COVID tests with him and stuff. So we were all, you know, just we didn't want Mum to get sick when we were camping.
Absolutely.
And she had a great time. It was really, really good time away.
Excellent.
Of course, I do have some geezedrops.
Oh yeah.
I kept my ear to the ground, and I was like, you know what? I do like holiday geezedrops. So we've been sent loads of geezedrops by Sam and other listeners. We'll roll those out next week so we don't blow all our load. Because the good thing about me having a holiday is holiday geezedrops.
Yes.
Geezedropping. Let's have a listen.
Abroad. Not abroad, but...
Not in Kingston. Geezedropping. Having a listen. So the first one I did send you. There was a caravan of like older lesbians behind us, and I knew they were old lesbians because we kept hearing, they had kids of them, and we kept hearing them saying, "Remember your mummy and your auntie are all lesbians." We kept hearing them say it to their kids a lot, like just so they didn't forget. And the women were sat down, and they would, I swear they were smoking hash spliffs at first, and then they went through 6 bottles of wine.
They are, you know, lesbians love a drink.
And then they, to be fair, I saw a lot of lesbian families there with kids.
You sure it wasn't like a lesbian campsite?
I don't think so. But they started playing Have You Ever?
Yeah.
And I was in and out of the caravan, so I couldn't catch a lot of it, but I did catch a few of the Have You Ever questions.
Okay.
And I heard, "Have you ever had a one night stand?" One of them hadn't, and she said everyone takes a mick out of her for it.
Why? That's such a ridiculous reason to take the mick out of someone.
"Have you ever got with a mate's girlfriend?" One of them had. And then things took a bit of a turn. "Tried heroin."
They just ran out of...
I really tried to get out to hear the answers to it, but I couldn't get. I just heard the question, and I was always like, "Fuck! I can't just turn around and go back." They kept calling our dog Nando over to them all the time.
Oh, really?
Fernando. They kept calling him his
Fernando.
Fernando. And Dad was like, "Oh, it's fine. He can sit with them." But then we were like, "Oh, look, they're feeding him their McDonald's."
Like the ABBA song.
Look, they're feeding him their McDonald's. Maybe we should call him back over.
Yeah,
Like,
that's disgusting.
that's not good. So that was literally as we were like setting up the tent.
Yeah.
Hit the ground running.
That is, yeah, no, that's first 10 minutes.
We weren't far from the block of toilets either. Like, so
That's slightly unfortunate.
I don't know. You couldn't smell it or anything. It was good to go have a shit and a piss at night. And I heard a kid
Any
in there.
suspicious holes in the cubicles there? Or
No. I heard a kid in there just go, "Dad's poo stinks."
It does. Yes, it does. We can all smell it.
Now, I've got a few here, but this is my favourite. The next day, the first full day we were there, we went to the town of Christchurch. And,
In New Zealand?
no, just in Dorset way. And I heard someone just go, "I'm not giving him any money. He's not even singing." They were talking about a Salvation Army collector.
They don't need to...
He's not even trying, stood there in his uniform.
They don't even need to show their worth.
He's not even trying.
What do you do? What are your tricks?
Well, you think I'm going to give you money for wearing a uniform? Well,
Yeah.
are you a stripper?
You're already getting paid.
I'm not giving him any money. He's not even singing. Good. I'm glad he's not singing.
I love that person has a standard for like charity disposal.
It was so weird in this town because it was like a market on this street, and the curbs were a bit questionable. That was my post box, and we all stacked it a couple of times. But there's one point I walked. Mum stops in every charity shop, and it was taking a long time to get anywhere.
I bet there is an abundance.
Oh man,
I bet there is abundance
everywhere,
every corner.
so many. So I walked down the street to have a look at what was down there and stuff. And as I was walking, I saw this old woman hopping towards me. She literally just like collapsed into my arms. And I like kind of wasn't ready in time. I had to lower her to the floor and was like, oh. And everyone came and helped her up. And I was
Did you look like the cover of a romantic novel?
I don't think so. I probably looked like I was attacking her.
You bare chest. This woman just...
Probably looked like I was attacking her. And then I went back down and I was like, oh my God, you won't believe what happened. Gary went, oh, well, guess what happened here? An old man fell over. I was like, no, a woman fell over. And I was like, quick, check your wallets. This could be a fucking scam.
They are dropping, mate. They are dropping like flies.
Someone came over to Dad and was like, oh, someone falls here every day. An ambulance has to come because of this road. And yeah, there was a little while later, there was an ambulance there.
There you go. Taking 2 people off. They're just like, put them in both. And
my next geezer drop. If I like a smell, I want to taste it.
yeah.
So I don't want to stick an air wick in my mouth, like
no, neither do I actually. No,
spray Africa down my throat.
But perhaps a steak.
Oh yeah, well, food's different. Yeah, they didn't specify. Oh, this was great.
I'm not going to just pour a scented candle into my mouth.
This was great. This was a mum calling her kid back to the tent. Come on, shitty ass!
You can only assume that at the time they had a shitty ass and it's not just some horrible nickname.
I feel that's a horrible nickname. Well, I mean, Lizzie calls me smelly, and sometimes Indiana does.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's not shitty ass, but it's not a sweet nickname.
Yeah, but you're old enough to not get a complex from that.
It's true. Yeah, that is true. That's a good point, actually.
If your mum's calling you shitty ass.
I had 2 kids talking. Can I have a go on your bike? I swear I won't nick it. Classic. Absolute classic. Then bigger boys used to come up to you in the park.
Yeah.
Let me have a go. I won't nick it. And then they stick it in a tree or something. And
I remember being in Kingston once with some friends. We were going over to the skate park and we were just about to go over the bridge. These 2 lads came up to the younger lad with me and they were just like, give us your rollerblades.
Wow.
So he just looked at us and just started taking them off. We were like, nah, man, we're only joking.
Yeah. Fucking like Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Give me your roller boots.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your roller skates.
And your roller skates. Boots and roller skates,
would have been a different film.
We heard this inside a tent at night. A kid said, Dad, you're drunk. I don't think you should be playing family games anymore.
Some truths came out that night.
Funny enough, Gary said he heard the same family earlier that night. And the dad was like, no, I don't cry. And the daughter was like, but you must cry sometimes. What if someone dies? No, I don't cry. What if I died? Nope, I wouldn't cry. And I was like, damn, this dad's really trying to make a point.
Yeah, like, this guy is...
This guy's really making a point.
Usually people, they will just... Yeah, that guy is full of emotion. He just refuses to...
Show it.
Yeah.
This one, as we left Portland's Park, there was a guy who looked at his phone and we heard him just go, great day, 50,000 steps.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Gary checked his and was like, we've done like 12.
I was going to say, like, yeah, that guy's been... How long has that guy been walking for? Like,
God knows. I mean, we wanted to get to the park for opening. It opens at 10. And we left to do that. But the traffic was so... We drive to the place in 20 minutes. Then you hit 2 roundabouts away and it was just insane traffic.
Yeah.
We had to queue for like an hour.
oof.
But not even like to get into just calling round 2 roundabouts off the motorway.
It's very
down
popular,
this
that
road.
Big World.
Getting in there. By the time you get in there and park, we were 2 hours into the day and it shuts at 5:30.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, that's why we just didn't have much time. You know, we kind of didn't get to see the whole place in its full glory. So we didn't even visit like the whole left side of the park. Like, and there was like zoos and shit there. But yeah, that was funny. Great day, 50,000 steps. I can believe it. If he's all around that whole thing, I can believe it.
I can believe it.
This next one, there's a story that comes with these 2, but I don't really understand the story. So I can only tell you what I heard. But let me tell you the geese drops first.
The premise.
One was a mum screaming at her son.
Okay.
You disgust me! You disgust me!
Yep.
And the same mum...
The shitty ass.
This is the same mum on the phone to the police. My daughter's being held hostage!
Oh.
Yeah, it feels like a weird turn the last night in this
Yeah.
campsite.
That's strange as well because there was... just before you went away, there was that guy who was arrested on a campsite for murdering a teenager.
Yes.
Some weird shit goes on campsites,
So-
man. It's not as wholesome as it seemed to
Well,
be.
it
once.
had been until this. I don't say there's so many conflicting stories. It was the last night, so we were like, it was the night after we'd been to the theme park. That was the last day. We came back, and we were kind of like packing for the next morning, packing as much as we can and stuff. So I was kind of like in my little outside tent bit, and then Dad just went, "What's going on?" I heard like raised voices,
Yeah.
but nothing really clicked. And then Dad was like, "Oh, I think what's going on?" I was like, "What is it?" The owner of the place just his car literally skidded outside our caravan. He jumped out and ran off behind our tent. And I was like, "Oh, I don't know." I went out there and I could hear all this commotion outside this tent, people shouting. All the adults were like running over. Wow. Then it started getting a bit physical, and loads of them ran in to like pull these two guys apart. I couldn't really see because the tent was in the way. I didn't want to just be there looking. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then Gary's like, "Oh, I can hear." Obviously, all the adults were out nattering, having a beer and stuff. And it was by this point it's pitch black out.
But they need an excuse.
And I heard, and all the kids were in. Everyone's like, "Keep your kids in, keep them safe tonight." I'm like, "What the fuck is happening?" This is when the mum's like, "You disgust me," to her
The
son.
child catcher fucking's on the prowl.
And the mum shouting in her tent while this is all going on. "You disgust me. You've done it. You've gone too far this time." I'm like, "What's happening?" And then we hear another group of kids by the tent going, "Oh, your parents can go to jail for this, what they've done." And I'm like, "What have they done?"
Yeah.
And then,
This is the one time where geese dropping does not work to your favour.
Exactly.
You're just like, I haven't got enough of the information and details to like deconstruct this.
The first story I heard was that someone had assaulted a young girl, but at first it might have been this kid the mum was shouting at.
Right.
Then it was these two kids got into a fight, and the dad of this kid went over and like disciplined the other child when maybe it wasn't his place to.
Clip round the ears.
So they were like, right, he needs to be stopped. Then it was two teenagers walked on the campsite and touched a girl. That's what we started hearing.
Right.
Then we started hearing that like the kid had hurt this girl, or something had happened with this girl, and another parent had like grabbed this girl and was like holding her in their tent till the police arrived.
The old Dorset
but
whispers.
I don't think that was real, because I thought there would be more urgency around the campsite if a girl was missing. But then we would see
100%.
groups of people with torches over in the field looking for something. So you just hear all these conflicting stories. It was really hot that night, so I stood out the front with Gary having a beer. And then
Just trying to blend in.
yeah. And then we heard
Maybe if we stand out here with beers, we'll get more information.
Then we heard one of the mums say, the tent next to us, the mum say, "So tell us again, who touched you? Who grabbed you?" And she's like, "Oh, it was a man in a grey hoodie and a hat." And Gary looked at me and was like, "You better get inside," because I literally was in a grey hoodie and a hat.
No.
And I was like, "Ah, fuck. Oh, well, I'm going to go brush my teeth and
Change.
stuff." Had a shit. I'm in the cubicle having a shit, and then I hear two parents talking in the toilets outside the cubicle door, and they're like, "Yeah, apparently there's a nonce on the site, and he's touched this girl. Yeah, apparently he's in a grey hoodie and a hat." And I'm like, "Fuck, I cannot leave this cubicle until they go."
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get fucking.
At least take the hat off.
I'm just gonna get strung up, like fucking.
I feel like just taking the hat off, they're going to be like, "Oh, well, he is wearing a grey hoodie, but I'm not seeing a hat."
He's holding a hat, but it's not
Yeah.
on his head.
He could have just found that. I mean, that makes perfect sense. Let's not bother that man.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I waited till everyone left. I was like, "God, they're gonna grab me."
I love it. It's like you're in the Warriors for like a brief moment.
But then in the tent, all the commotion was happening. We heard the mum be like, "I'm calling the police," and they're like, "I don't need to. No, I'm calling the police."
We don't really do that. There's campsite
etiquette here.
campsite etiquette. We don't really do that here. We'll bring you before the camp judge.
But then we heard her on the phone to the police say, "Someone's holding my daughter hostage." And I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" Then, we're in bed, and a few hours later, we hear this girl shouting, "I'm fine, by the way, I'm okay." What?
She's returned.
Then we wake up to, like, there are eventually police are out. We can hear their keys jingling, they're walking around, and we hear them being like, "Oh, you wouldn't catch me camping." Blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, great police work, guys.
Awesome. Yeah, well, we haven't asked you to come and stay the night.
So yeah, it was it was weird. I was like, "Oh, in the morning, we're going to find out what happened." No,
Oh,
we
yeah.
didn't. It was just like, the other campsite was, the other tent was still there, but they were packing up to go pretty
Greg,
sharpish.
Did you check the campsite bulletin board?
There was all the bulletin board said that day was that it was going to be the pizza truck was on site.
Okay.
And I did have a pizza from there. It was only one of the best pizza in Dorset. It wasn't that. I told you it wasn't that great. The dough was a bit odd.
No
it wasn't
Mickey's.
bad.
It was no Mickey's.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. But yeah, that was literally the information the bulletin board had to tell me.
Ah,
So yeah, that was a weird night at the end.
so a mystery assault.
I mean, honestly, when I got home, I was like looking on the reviews to see if anyone had written anything about it. Like,
Did you check the Dorset Comet or whatever it is?
No,
the
no,
local paper,
no,
see
no.
if they had any information. Probably want to keep that quiet. You
yeah,
don't
probably
really
do
want
want to keep that quiet.
Don't want to be known for a campsite that has nonces. So,
But I don't think it even was or not. I think it was just two kids had a fight. I think the real story was two kids had a fight, and a dad intervened and maybe was a bit more heavy-handed than he should have been. Is what I think is the more feasible story, and what I'm hearing matches up a bit more of that.
yeah. But then there's just this mystery.
All this gossip and
This
hearsay
mystery
going
girl
on. 'Cause
getting fingered
I think it was
somewhere.
because all the kids would just getting involved, and all the information adults were getting were from these kids.
Right.
And at night, this campsite turned into like Camp Krusty from The Simpsons. Like it did, like kids just ruled it all night.
feral.
So loud. You'd be, and it's really annoying because like there would be condensation in the tent. And it's fine, but if someone hit the tent, drops would fall on me.
Ugh.
And every like few hours, a kid would trip over the rope.
Oh, classic.
And it'd just
yeah.
be like, fuck.
Fucking classic. The amount of times that happened at Reading, you're just like monging out in your fucking tent, and then you just hear and it's just like.
Well, Mum used the red, and when we were at Pound Stretcher, she bought those like cheap solar lights that just stab in the ground.
Oh,
We've got
yeah,
in the
yeah,
garden,
yeah.
and
That's a good
and
shout.
just put some around
That's
the
a good
rope, and
shout.
then it stopped. Wouldn't you know?
I remember having some camping holidays, but like in France and stuff.
Oh,
So it was like
la, la, la.
an eclectic range of Europeans.
Yeah, everyone here was English. I don't think I even saw a black person. Tell a lie, I saw one black person.
Tick.
But honestly, you notice this when you come from a city to somewhere. You do notice it. And there was a Lidl's near us, and there was this guy in front of us. In the morning, he was buying 2 cans of Red Bull. I was buying 2 like iced coffees. And there was an old man in front of us at the checkout unloading a huge amount of shopping, him and his wife, loads of it. And I was like, fucking hell, this is going to be ages. And the black guy with the cans looked at me, looked at the shopping, and then, sorry, mate, do you mind if I just nip in front and buy these quickly before your shopping starts? It's a fair question. Usually, if I see, I let them go ahead. It's a fair question. He literally...
Yeah, it's not going to take that long.
The
is it?
old man literally put the stuff down, then turned, looked at this guy, looked him up and down really slowly, and then just went, no.
That is
and then turned his back on him.
That is a fucking racist.
Yeah, man.
That is a fucking racist.
Yep. And the guy was like, fuck. And he looked at me and was like, you ask. And I was like, mate, that's But luckily, they opened up another till. And I was like, mate, after you.
Yeah. Please, you go first.
After you.
You've experienced racism.
Please, sir, after you.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I insist that you go ahead of me. Because I don't want to be associated with this man.
Yeah, no, I'm not with this dude, man. Like, fucking hell. I'm
not with him, man. I'm not with that
I'm
guy.
only in here because McDonald's next door's coffee machine's broken. Like, that's the only reason I'm here.
Fuck this shit.
Yeah, we broke our coffee machine in the camp in the caravan like the first day. So luckily there was
man.
but there was McDonald's down the road, so it was quite nice in the morning to walk down there and get coffees.
Oh yeah, I bet. Nice little
Yeah.
morning stroll.
Yeah, I liked it.
Something about a morning stroll on holiday
Yeah,
that's
good.
quite nice. I did it when we went to Windermere, and I think I went out down to the spa.
Yeah, it's nice. But there was sheep all around us. There were like peacocks walking around. There's not on the site, but like
Yeah.
around. Tell you what, though, was weird. There was a campsite. A lot of amputees there as well. A lot of people with fake limbs.
That's
were there.
not funny.
Yeah. We were in field F, and to walk out of our field, there was a caravan set up right by where you'd walk out through the gap in the bushes to the road.
Yeah.
And they had this fucking Alsatian there that was fucking nuts, like crazy. And we walked past with Nando one morning, me and Dad, and this thing was going sick at us, and they're holding it back, and they're like, "Oh, he's all right." And they've always got him.
Really?
They've got him in this weird little vest, like a military vest. This dog.
What?
And they're holding him back, and as soon as we're free, like, release him. And there's a guy across the field with one of the fake arms on, like they bite the covers, and he's like attacking him, and I'm like, what are they training this dog for? And Dad's like, it's fucking.
And why?
Dad's
And
like,
why did they?
Why
choose
are they
to do
doing
it
it in
there?
a campsite full of kids and stuff? And Dad's like, it's wrong. It's really wrong what they're doing.
fucked.
Like,
Some people just don't have the fucking logic in them, do they? They just don't have the fucking logic.
they have to be so quick because I'd literally walk around the corner with Indiana,
Yeah.
and this dog could be up, going for us,
Yeah,
and they would have to
100%.
quickly grab him. Oh,
Yeah.
you're okay? His name was Dave, the dog.
Yeah.
All right, Dave. It's all right, Dave.
Yeah, but if he goes for your kid, there's nothing stopping you
Yeah.
from kicking that dog to
yeah.
fucking
Oh,
death.
man, yeah. I mean, like Indiana was like, oh Jesus, at this thing.
Yeah.
Like, but I was like, what? It's like you're so hard to get in and out the site because there's fucking
Oh, mate, if that dog
killer
went
dog
for a
they were
kid, I'm
training.
stabbing it with my keys, man. I do not like that. Is fucked. Like you can't like that's. You go to like a special fucking place to do that sort of shit, not like your holiday,
Yeah, right.
just so you can have a fucking pillow wrapped around your
The,
arm.
the guy with them was in a wheelchair as well, so I'm like, was that,
Oh,
was
I
that
bet,
the dog?
yeah, I bet fucking he's probably Dave's took one of his legs off.
But yeah, so yeah, interesting few days away.
Did you obviously being outside of London? Did you see a lot more sort of like independent shops and stuff like that?
Yeah, a lot of charity shops,
Did you-
a
did
lot of
you-
independent shops.
Did you potentially notice how flimsy they are with their opening times?
I did notice it with. I didn't really look at their opening times, but I did notice there was a shop that sold like sweets from around the world.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
One of those just opened up like Sherbet and Tolworth way now.
Oh, really?
It has all the sweets and stuff and all the crisps from other countries in there.
So when I went to Sussex on a holiday last year, we went into the sort of like nearby town because it is like you are like middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
And there was one town, and then which was just kind of like a pub,
Pardon me.
literally a garage, and that was about it. And then there was another town which had a bit more to it, and it was because it had like a sort of castle, so it had like a tourist attraction.
Nice, yeah.
And then there was all these sort of shops and stuff, but they're all very much independent. It's not like fucking Woolworths and like shit. I mean, why would there be a Woolworths?
It's also not the 90s.
But like I went in this one shop which was sort of like a deli, and you could go in there and just get fancy beers and all this sort of shit and craft everything.
Yeah. Craft everything,
Yeah.
please.
And then just sort of like deli meats behind the counter and that. And I went in there, it's just like, sorry, do you guys sell cigarettes? And they're just like, no, we don't. But there's a guy across the road, but I don't think he's open today. It was a Wednesday. It was a Wednesday.
Oh, right.
It was a fucking Wednesday. It's just like, and he's just like, oh, you know what? It's Wednesday. I've decided I'm not going to open today.
So, yeah, that's true. When we were in Poole, even in Poole on the main high street,
Yeah.
we were looking shop windows, and a lot of them were like open Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, like
Yeah.
weekends. Yeah, that's true. Some of them were like that. That gallery we were in with the guys, like, we're not superstitious. That day, it said it was only, we were there on a Wednesday, and it said it was open Monday, Thursday, Friday. So it was closed the Wednesday.
So weird.
Like, but he saw us, and he came and opened the door and was like, come in. Like,
Outsiders.
yeah, come on in. But this shop I saw, the sweet shop,
Namaste.
yeah, this sweet shop, they had their opening hours, which was like, 9 till 4, 8 till 4 or something. But they also had like a handwritten note in the window saying, all will close when quiet or weather changes.
I love it.
I was like, oh, okay.
They wouldn't survive in London.
When weather turns bad or is quiet, shop may close.
It's like, so I'm moving to London, but you're telling me that I have to work 7 days a week.
And long hours. How long's my lunch break?
Yeah, I like the idea of like the shops just being open like 12 till 4.
Yeah, there they are then.
Just like, come and get your things.
Interesting things Emporium or something.
Oh, you know what? There's not enough places with the word Emporium.
No,
in their
that's what I'm
fucking
doing.
name.
And it looked from the front, it looked like a wide shop, but it looked quite small. But you got in there and it was huge, man. It just kept going.
Yeah.
And it was like little, like, almost like stalls, but there was only one counter, but it was like, this section's people that have made magnets for the area. This section's like an antiques mini shop. Then the next section is like, check out these vinyls that are turned into bowls. Like, and then you get further back, there's like, look at these towels, look at these candles, and another mini antique thing. Then you get to this big room at the back through a hallway, and there's all other clothes in there. Then you come out, and there's this huge, like, tiki-themed bar at the back.
Nice.
And I was like, wow, this is awesome. Then you go through that, and I'm in like a fake, like, living
Sounds like
room.
Camden
from,
Market.
Then I'm in like a fake living room from the 50s selling all this Art Deco stuff. It was so surreal. Like Indiana, fucking, she had £25 someone gave her just for holiday money, and she insisted on spending £6 on this like hand knitted hacky sack. I was like, Indiana, £6 But,
Yeah, I could find you one of those for at least two.
I did buy that lovely elephant behind you, that turquoise elephant there.
Oh, that is a
I
lovely
do like
one,
it's metal as well. It's not. That was £3.75. I thought
How
quite a
much
good
of
deal.
your holiday pocket money did you spend on that?
I spent a fucking lot of money, man. So not even like I bought that Buddha. So that was like £20, but then I bought a couple of Star Wars figures I found, and like most of it went on just food, rides at places,
standard holiday shit.
Because we ate out all the time.
Yeah, of
food and
course.
stuff like that.
You're on holiday. Why
shopping?
wouldn't you?
I spent a lot of money.
If you're on holiday, fucking behave like it.
But no, this shop was awesome. You kind of circled around, and like I could have left with loads of random shit.
Yeah,
but very good. I just stuck to the elephant. Indiana left with like a unicorn stationery kit and this stupid hacky sack, which I don't even know where it is now. But yeah, then I went into like Pound Stretcher was having like a closing down sale, so it was like 70% off. I left with like lights for the garden, fucking like
so everything was like 30p.
It was ridiculous, like sweets and fucking like balls and stuff. Half the balls we were throwing at the barbecue the other day, I'd picked up there. Like,
oh yeah,
the Velcro things you wear on your hands.
Oh mate,
classic, that was from there.
Beach game.
That was from there.
Do you remember the old bat and ball? Did you ever just do that? And it was literally bat and ball. It was a wooden bat, two of them, and then literally a ball.
Yeah, when we got to the campsite, there's a dog walking field, which is also the football field. And they'd made really odd-shaped goals out of these poles, which were really high and tall and thin. But when we arrived, there was a family playing rounders in there. And it was like, oh, that's awesome. We didn't have enough people.
That's not what this field is for.
Yeah, it doesn't say that. There's a park
Dogs,
here.
football, nothing else.
Jesus. But yeah, it was so we left Pound Stretcher with quite a lot spent. And as I say, Mum going in and out of charity shops every 2 feet there was a charity shop.
The place you went into, it reminds me of from Erie, Indiana, the World of Stuff.
It was like that.
That was one of the only fictional shops that I've ever wanted to visit.
There's a shop, I think it might have shut down now. There is a shop / museum just like that. It's called the World of Everything or something.
Yeah.
Or the Museum of Everything, and it's in Battle in Hastings, and it's right opposite Battle Abbey. And it's like an awesome shop that turns into this insane museum. And you're like walking on like streets of London during the war. Like you walk into like whole big sets, and then you walk outside. There's like a collapsed building with a big bomb that hasn't gone off. It's crazy, man. Really awesome. So yeah, that also reminded me of the place in Erie, Indiana.
Yeah.
That'd be a good trip for us all to go to. Go down to like Battle Hastings way.
You reckon?
I think so. It could be a good location because Ed can get his history fixed. Go Battle Abbey.
That's very true. We could probably do some Evlick recording.
And Batman Grill's down there. That's on the
Grill is down
That's
there.
on the same road, I think, as Battle Abbey.
Oh well, there you go.
It's in Battle. There's beaches and places we can drive to. Like that might be a good. It's not that far away either, I don't think. And it's got the seafront, Hastings seafront, the high street, which is a nice mix of like cool little shops and just really scummy chav areas.
We could just go for a weekend.
Yeah, there you go. We're already planning.
Or just a Saturday.
Sorry, listeners, we're just planning our next holiday.
Yeah. We're going for Hastings for Batman kebabs.
Batman kebabs. Batman Grill.
Batman Grill.
I have to message them and let them know we're coming. They'll be like, who are you?
Yeah.
Why do we care?
Yeah.
It was before COVID you were taking the mick out of our name.
Well, we weren't taking the mick. We were just showing appreciation in our own special way.
That's true. I found my lyrics to the Batman Grill song. We were going to do a grime song.
Yeah.
That was when we were in your old flat.
We were, yeah.
Like,
I remember
that's how far it dates back.
I think I definitely remember looking at like grime instrumentals.
I swear I found my.
I might have something, but
I swear I found my Batman Grill lyrics. We're gonna do a whole song about Batman Grill. I might have lost it. I found my song about the made-up name Evan J when they confused you and Ed's name as one. Instead of Ed and Joe, they put you down as Evan J.
I did. I found my lyrics for the.
Oh, here we go. I found it.
I found my Evan J lyrics.
I found my Batman Grill lyrics.
Okay.
I'm fucking hungry like the signal in the sky. Where the fuck be the Deliveroo guy? What's kicking chicken? Get that wrap nice and tight. Take a bite. Chili sauce tash like Miami Vice. I walk into the grill now. Drunk gals order chips now. Taking up the whole counter. I order and the bouncer, not looking to meet you, I'm looking to eat meat, dice that slab and revive me. I want that Batman grill kebab tasting real. Slap it in my face too fast, now I'm ill. I like it wet, place your bet. Simon says, eat your greens, not for me. I'm a drunk ass, eat meeting consuming machine.
I've also found mine.
And it was like, Batman grill, wasn't it? Batman grill.
Mine's definitely slightly different. There's a bit. Oh yeah, no. There's.
Your mic is slowly moving away from your face.
I keep moving it because I'm just like, am I too close? Oh, fuck it. Mine is drunk as fuck, sick on my feet. Batman grill has got what I need. Look at me as I step to the beat. Look at me as I order my meat. Chicken shawarma wrapped up, please. All the salad, no tomatoes, please. Can of Pepsi for afters, please. Chili sauce raging, water, please. Chips on the side with plenty of cheese and some garlic sauce. Yo, give it a squeeze. Give me that cheddar. There's none better. Give me that cheddar. Don't matter what the weather. You ain't at our level, so don't test me. If you see me in the streets, don't check me. Break into your house to call your mum sexy. Then please, they come and arrest me.
Just break in. What are you doing here? Your mum's sexy. I'm out of here.
Oh, dear.
Out the window
I remember it fondly.
with your flapping cloak. As I say, I hadn't really prepped much for this episode, even though we're like 40 minutes in now. I was like, as usual, being on holiday, there's going to be a lot of stories to share. But I did have a story that I've been holding on to for a while, which actually links into holidays. A story I've told on here many, many, many times.
Yeah.
When I had the ashes thrown over me.
Oh, yeah.
Quick recap for those who won't know.
It's your Big Lebowski moment.
Yeah, it was when I was in Italy, in Lake Como, with Lizzie and her brother. We were on a boat, like a ferry, little mini ferry that goes across the lake. And I caught a man. I was on the stairs looking over the edge, and I saw a man looking very shifty at the top. And because obviously it's illegal to do this. And he set up a camera on a tripod, and he pulled up this really nice looking box out of a bag. And I was like, oh, what's that? And he looked around, and then like quickly, without thinking, he just opened the lid and just threw the contents over the edge of the boat. Which, of course, just hit wind, and all of it just tunneled straight into my face. Like someone just threw a whole thing of sand over me. And it was ash. I was covered, and he saw it happen, panicked, grabbed his tripod, and just ran off the end of the boat.
Yeah.
I like to think he just ran off the edge and dived.
Yeah.
And I
just round the corner, and then you just distantly you just hear a splash.
And there was that moment of, whoa, my, it was in my mouth and stuff. I've just like, oh my god, this is someone's ashes.
Yeah, that's a person.
Going back to Lizzie and Dan, just like, what the fuck happened to you? So I could see it all over me.
Yeah.
I'm like, someone's ashes, and like, oh my god.
Only you. Only
Insane,
fucking you.
man. Horrendous. But I saw an article about this, and it was the disturbing cases of death at Disney with human remains being scattered on rides.
Oh.
So, it's a thing. It is a thing.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So, often called the happiest place on earth, Disneyland finds themselves wishing that they could stay forever. Turns out some of these visitors actually act on that impulse, as employees reveal that people often scatter ashes of loved ones in the magical kingdom.
I could believe it, though.
Yeah,
I can actually believe it.
Yeah. It's been long speculated that some of the most popular rides and spots at Disney World are littered with human remains.
And I wanted it to be Disney World, not Disneyland.
It was subsequently confirmed by the former employees, also known as cast members. It's like a pointless explanation.
They're not all cast members.
That it's a...
They're not like... Because some of them are doing like...
Yeah, but they still refer to a lot of them as cast members because they're all
Wankers.
still playing the part in A Magical Life and Smiles and all this stuff, aren't they? That's one thing I noticed about Portman's Park, actually. It was really clean and tidy and everyone seemed happy. Just didn't seem... It wasn't like in Cheshire Adventures.
It's
very,
they've got
very
their loved
different
ones
level.
held at gunpoint.
We weren't in Plymouth, like fucking...
Jesus.
Oh, I thought that's what you were getting at.
No.
Oh, so in that case, I apologise. That was a very, very distasteful remark from Greg. I can always tell.
I love it that it's like, as long as I say it first. It's...
Well, I thought that's what you were getting at.
No.
In that case, I retract that. I thought that was a very distasteful remark on my point. There was, of course, a horrific event that took place.
Wow.
If you're on TikTok, please look up, what's his name? The ninja dude who's the protector of Plymouth. It's
my God.
Quite.
Let's talk about him after this.
It's quite entertaining. Yeah, we'll get to him in a second. Yeah, where was I? I was getting sidetracked about how nice it was. At
Disney
Park.
World, ashes scatterings.
Yeah, they say that a lot of common activity for individuals to scatter ashes and loved ones throughout the grounds, on the rides themselves, and across Disney resorts. In fact, the issue became so severe that Disney had to speak out about it in the past, confirming that it is not allowed. Aside from the fact that it could be disturbing for other guests, it's also a violation of health and safety codes.
Yeah, it's fucking body ashes. Like,
Disney is no stranger to urban legends, the sort of myths that are bound to circulate around the brand that is known for its magic and secretive approach to running the theme park across the globe. Of course, this slight element of secrecy can allow a scope for people's imagination to run wild. What's Frisk? Oh, I'm reading about something completely different now. Yeah, I think that's all they're saying. So it actually is quite a common thing for theme parks for people to go and scatter their ashes. And just on adventures, I mean, on rides, you imagine just tossing that in the air as you go down fucking roller coaster or Space Mountain.
What do you think the worst ride to scatter your ashes on is?
A water one, because if you do it, you hit a splash and it's going to get all gloopy and stick to you. Just pour it over the floor of one of the carriers. What are you going to do? Throw it at like Snow White? She's getting unconsensually kissed by Prince Charming.
I think one of the better ones to do it, Oblivion.
Magic teacups.
Oh my god, yeah, of course. But I feel like Oblivion, because it's just like a direct drop down. You could just hold the urn like that as you go, and then it's just going to, by the laws of gravity, surely it's just going to.
I just like to be mixed in with like a smoke bomb and just set off like a colourful one.
That's a good idea. That's not. Yeah, let's think of the best ways to dispose of ashes.
Well, I've always said, I said this to Lizzie. You know, if I was to die soon. What the fuck? Just say something happened. Like, you know, I got struck by lightning tomorrow.
I love that. Should go to.
Like, well, I was trying to think of a less horrific way.
No, that's true. Let's say I was in Plymouth.
And I died. I've like, Lizzie, I would rather you just pay the cheap money just to get me no service, just get me cremated with no one around. And then just stick my ashes, you know, have a party.
I want you to spend all the money
on the party. And you can get those cheap services now where there's no service. They just either bury you or cremate you with no one around. I'm fine for that. Just cremate me. I don't want the boring bit, the sad bit.
It is sad.
You know. Okay, some people maybe my parents might find that a necessary step, but I don't. I want to be cremated, and then just have my ashes just stuck. You know, if you're having a party, just stick me on the table. I always said it if the Cox was open. If the Cox was open, I'd want to be put on top of the jukebox or a pile of coins next to it. So you just go help yourself the tunes, like
that's good.
On me.
But like, who's gonna provide those coins when they run out?
Well, no one.
It's once they've gone, they're gone.
Yeah, they're gone. That's it.
I feel like some thieving cunt's just going to come in and swipe that.
No, you'd hire the area. But you could do a party or something, you know? Just do a party. Just have me, like, you know, top of the barbecue.
That's not bad, yeah. Yeah.
That's what I would want anyway.
Because, like, I mean, so, like, my dad's funeral, it was, like, it wasn't really, like, a religious service.
No.
And instead they called it, like, a celebration of life.
Yeah.
So, like, that's, like, the woman who did the service and that, she was all, like, she fucking found out he had these, like, orange glasses, so she wore some, like, colourful stuff, and it was just like, no, it's a celebration. And I was just like, well, that sounds less religious. I'm kind of on board for that. Like,
I mean, yeah, to be fun, most funerals I've gone to for the last few years haven't been religious ceremonies.
Because there was no, like, didn't want to do, like, hymns and shit.
No.
Because we're not a religious family.
Yeah,
although, like, my parents both had some sort of, like, religious upbringing. They didn't pass it on. I didn't get it.
It was a generation, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, like, it was a life celebration instead. It was, and it was more like you could just eat, like, loads of songs that he would have wanted, like, or chose himself, like.
That's what I want, but I want a life celebration just at a party with me already there cremated. Yeah. Not me in a box freaking people out. Like, cremate me and just put, I'll make a playlist in advance.
It'll be you, like, Han Solo frozen.
Yeah. That'd be awesome, actually. I'd be well up for that. That'd be awesome. Let's do that. So, yeah, as I was...
Harrowing for your wife and child.
Yeah,
amazing.
That is pretty harrowing, actually. What we were saying before about this Plymouth guy, let me look him up. I found him on TikTok recently. What's his name?
Not the actual killer. That no. Fuck himself.
Urban Ninja Vigilante. Right, let's look him up.
Yeah.
He's a guy who...
I love that he's just shown up.
He's been around for a little while.
Yeah, but all of a sudden, it's like... I feel like he's getting more notoriety now for not stopping this.
Well, he was getting... Even though that's not really his thing. Most of his videos...
It's not really his thing!
Most of his videos, honest to God, are just him putting things in the bin.
That's nice.
And he says something like,
That is nice, but you don't need to be like a masked Avenger.
Throwback to when I saved the children's park from chavs. They had thrown a huge party in the children's park, a place that children play in every day. This was a long time ago. They had left cans of beer, smashed bottles of vodka, and left cigarettes on the floor. Managed to successfully clean up the entire park so children could play safely again. Fair enough. And then it's just, the rest of it's just him in his room, in his kit. Just...
I bet you he doesn't wear that kit.
There's videos of him like running and like jumping over walls outside. Watch me glow up as a vigilante. 5 months ago, crime stopped / prevented 3.
Wow.
Let's see what happens now.
Not bad.
And then 10 months ago, crime stopped prevented 2. There's another update.
Stabbed.
6 months
once.
ago, crime stopped prevented 7.
Oh, that's a big day.
But is this in total? So only like a few more.
Oh,
now,
right. He's just tallying them up.
Now, crime stopped prevented 22.
I was getting there.
There's a few articles he's got of him.
Oh, I
about him
see.
as a
He's
superhero.
taken the noises that we use from New Transmission.
But I first saw him because of this video after the Plymouth. So,
Was he doing classic like superhero pose?
He's putting a team. Yeah, he is crouched down in his room.
Yeah, classic.
He's putting a team together, mate. Any vigilantes?
Make a team together!
Any vigilantes in Plymouth looking to assist my vigilante group?
I want to know what are they going to be called?
I'm going to go down there. That'd be sick. I'm going to go down there.
What are you going to be doing?
Like a really bright coloured like cape and boots.
Just those, nothing else.
I love this one. He actually,
The caped exposer.
This one, he actually trips over a chair, like trying to sit down. I mean, he's trying to do some fighting there. But the one that this is what caught my eye.
He's one of those guys that sees like people, or he just sees a scenario and he's just like, yeah, I could definitely.
He gets a lot of support. Most people are very supportive of him. But this was one that first walked off my TikTok, and it was just after the Plymouth incident. And it said, "A message from the Vigilante of Plymouth. There has been a shooting. At least 4 people have been shot and killed. My condolences go out to those who passed away and their family and friends. I will continue to protect Plymouth as much as I can. Let's appreciate the police for arriving on the scene." And they didn't shoot the killer. The killer shot
he
himself,
shot
right?
himself, yeah.
That's what he says. They took him down. Please have a minute's silence for those who lost their lives. It's shocking this happened in England, especially where I live.
Why has he used that music?
I know it's horrible.
Why has he used like
horrible, isn't it?
Fallout
Yeah.
soundtrack?
But I won't let this stop me. I will continue to patrol Plymouth and protect as many people as I can.
Want to set the world
Please be careful and message me. Please be careful and message me on Instagram at urban_ninja666 if you're struggling to mentally cope after this.
I love it because it's so much like Kick-Ass.
It
Like,
is.
he
Yeah,
sets
yeah,
up
yeah.
a MySpace and he's just like, I'm kind of like, super busy at the moment.
So some of the comments, someone's put, he's watched way too much Batman. Lots of people are like, he's doing his best, leave him alone. A lot of people are like, this is Phoenix Jones all over again. He was that one before.
Yeah.
Some people are like, then why didn't you help stop the shooting? And he literally is like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It was only on the news and it was over. I don't live near it. I didn't hear what was happening.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, well, you need a helicopter so you can get there, don't you? And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, you mean to tell me?
And he's been watching too much Batman.
Like, loads of people.
Like, I don't have the wealth of Bruce Wayne.
But most people are actually very, like, good job.
Because it's harmless.
You know, I mean,
like,
until he gets his ass
He's
kicked.
picking up litter. And he's like, he sort of said, like, stop the park from chavs. They'd left.
A lot of people, because he usually
Just cleaned up after them.
He usually turns off comments on his videos.
Yeah,
Has them on occasionally.
would.
This one, he left them on. A lot of people are like, oh, you're letting me comment. A lot of people are like, I respect you for what you're doing. Most people really nice. One guy, I think, is like, how do I become a ninja?
I don't know, ask a fucking ninja.
I like one guy simply just put Simon, as if like he recognises him.
That's great.
That's
really good.
There's another guy I started following on TikTok. Honestly, I don't even. These ones just pop up. I can't remember his name. Can you look at who you follow? Yeah, following.
I think so.
This is here he is, Francis Burgess. He's like really into trains.
Oh yeah. I've seen this guy.
And he wears the GoPro
Yeah.
that films his face, and it just makes him look ridiculous.
It's such a weird angle. Like, oh god, it's so horrible.
It's a horrible angle, but I literally can't stop. He's so enthusiastic
like-
about trains.
I feel like I could be in like a saw situation, just like locked in a room, chained up. There's like a hacksaw in front of me.
Yeah.
And then the TV static comes on, and then just that face of him just close up with the GoPro, just like, hello.
Mate, his videos get like 7 million views.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
I love it.
It's one of my favourite DMUs. I want to say hi. Oh, thank you. That's a cute little...
He gets so excited when they're honk. They literally stand there as mates, and they're like, please honk, and they honk, and they're like, yeah!
I swear I saw one where it didn't honk, and the guy just gets really angry.
They do get sad when they honk, but they appreciate it. Like, there's a video on there where he's like talking to the camera. He's like, a lot of people say that I'm a fake lover of trains, and I'm like, who the fuck is saying that?
Yeah.
You literally have an entire you obviously
Who?
like. I don't think anyone loves trains as much as you. Like, I've only seen a couple of videos.
I've never seen anyone like trains as much as you, even if it was a joke.
Like, he doesn't follow anyone, and he has 331.7 thousand followers.
He's done all right.
7.6 million likes.
He does all right.
Like.
Do you know what my current favourite person on TikTok is a guy that dresses up as Jeffrey in a giant giraffe costume from Toys R Us. It's Jeffrey from Toys R Us, but after Toys R Us has closed.
Right.
And then he just goes to like conventions selling knockoff like toys to people. He's like he's got like white pants on and just like a cigarette, and he's just like, okay, you like toys? I got toys for you.
That's good.
Look at this. Avenge Group. Right? Just as good as the Avengers, just not as recognizable. $19.99. Who's gonna give me 20?
That's good. That's really good.
He's so
God,
good.
those headphones you just took off your ear, like falling apart around your ear.
They are, yeah,
and you're
yeah.
just covered in black.
Yep, they're tickling my earbuds.
Right, I
my
didn't realise
earbuds.
that. I mean, you've had those headphones since day one.
I have, yeah.
I
These
remember-
were specially bought because of the lengthy wire.
I remember meeting you after you finished work at H&M in Walton to record the first podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And you were like, or you messaged me saying you were finishing work. You were like, I met you at your house, but you messaged me before to be like, I've gone out my lunch break and specially bought headphones.
Yeah.
So they've had a long run.
They've had a good one.
That's good, like 6
a
years.
good few years. That.
Still work fine. I was like, it's covered in some gaffer tape. Well, they probably don't need the long lead anymore.
Nah, I mean I've got my other ones in my bag, but
Well, there
these
you
are
go.
yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Look at them.
Yeah, you might need to wipe your ears after that. Look at a fucking Dalmatian here. But no, this train guy, he put up a video talking to the camera, being like, a lot of people accusing me of not loving trains. He's like, when I was a kid, I had a train set. Here's a picture of it. I loved it. Well, I was getting bullied so much for having it that I sold it. And I always regretted it. And then I did what I felt I had to do to fit in, i.e. buy Air Maxes and go to the gym. And he showed a picture of himself looking quite tough, actually.
Yeah.
And he's like, but then I realised that trains make me happy, so I kind of sacked off all the fake people in my life, and now I dedicate my life to trains.
Fair enough.
And I was like, fair fucking enough, man. Look how happy this guy
Mate,
is.
it takes a lot of people. Not a lot of people have that sort of like that moment of clarity. They're just like, hang on, I don't enjoy doing any of this. I enjoy this over here.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this
I
over
enjoy
here.
trains. Good on you, mate. And I respected him for that. And that video made me think, you know what, I'm going to follow this guy and continue looking at his journey of trains.
Yep.
Because it kind of makes me happy as well, seeing
There you
that.
go. Maybe that's why everyone follows him. They just need that uplifting little.
So, you know,
They may not like trains, but they just like his enthusiasm.
that's my advice if you're going to TikTok. It doesn't all have to be
Tits.
social stress and anxiety. You can actually see some nice, happy stories on there.
There are some nice happy stories. Yes.
Yeah, not many, but there are some.
There's a lot of advertisements of people's mental health, and
There's a lot of that, yes.
there's a lot of arse.
There's a lot of us.
There's a lot of arse.
So funny, because I was there for a lot of Star Wars channels, because it's actually a Red 5 Designs account. I kind of share like behind the scene little short videos of photos I've done for the Star Wars stuff. But so I follow a lot of Star Wars. And amount of times I get a thing kind of going, oh, warning, this could be very sensitive material, this video. Do you want to skip or watch it? Every time I'm like, yeah, I'll watch it. Every time it's just Star Wars clips. There's nothing horrendous. Every time. I'm yet to do it and be shocked by it. It's always like, oh, it's just clips of The Mandalorian. Did they put this on because maybe it's spoilers? I don't know. Like,
Maybe. I want to see if I can find a Toys R Us Jeffrey video.
Toys R Us Jeffrey video.
There's a magical place with a home over there.
Oh god, that was good, man. That fucking advert, man.
One of the greatest adverts.
arriving at Toys R Us is not as fun now.
No, it's because they don't exist anymore.
Well, I mean, there was one in Woking. My parents went and that guy jumped off the roof and killed himself off Toys R Us roof.
Yeah.
But whenever I've gone later, I remember going as a kid and it being like incredible, like toys, like Star Wars toys, Turtles toys, fucking Jurassic Park toys,
wrestling
every
toys,
wrestling toys. I mean, that's
it was like everything had its own aisle.
But yeah, now it's not its own aisle. Now it's like a Woolworths. It's a smaller, and the rest of it's more like prams and stuff like that, and fucking bikes and loads of kids' toys. Like baby toys, I mean.
Oh, yeah,
Obviously
I
toys.
think it's more towards infants than it is like...
So it's not as exciting now when you go.
Is it drunk? Yeah, it's drunk Jeffrey.
Drunk Jeffrey.
Let's see if I can... My phone's being shite.
Oh, I say. What a treat.
What a treat.
What a treat.
He's following 69 pages.
Oh, of course.
Fucking...
Classic.
Fucking junk.
Classic.
Yeah, man.
Oh, he's trying to get it. I should be fitting here, but I'm not. Because I'm like, is it going to start?
It's...
Well,
I can't be asked to go onto your Wi-Fi.
I see, I understand.
You look like a guy who would appreciate Tacosaurus. The Tacosaurus Rex. It holds not one, but 2 tacos. Yeah? It's amazing. Starting the bidding at $19.99. Do I hear $20? What do you say, $9.99? Disregard that sticker.
The guy next to him looks at him and goes, it says $9.99 on the box, and he's just like, disregard that sticker.
I love the fact the Tacosaurus is brilliant. I fucking love Tacosaurus.
Yeah, he goes to like conventions and stuff, and just like he's got like a trolley behind him, just like, I know exactly what you need.
We're going old school today, so after this episode, me and Joe have a track to record, some tracks to hear. It's a bit of been a while since we've done some music in person. It's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to doing it. So I think that we're going to wrap up this episode now. We've been over an hour. It's been good fun.
I need to go and wipe my ears off.
It's been good to sit here with you, Joe, face to face.
It's been fun.
I know we just mostly talked about my holiday, but you know what?
Fuck it.
I only have it once a year, so it's always about fun stories.
Greg's holidays usually end up with a few good stories. If it's not him shitting himself, he's not shitting himself, but having 40 shits in a fucking week.
Yeah, no, the shits were regular as normal this time, but
the shits were consistent.
The toilets weren't great, and the toilet paper there destroyed my arsehole.
Oh, is it like fucking tracing paper?
That wasn't that bad, but it did some damage. Feeling much better now, thank you.
I didn't ask.
Didn't ask because I didn't care. But as always, thanks for listening, everyone. I've been Greg. My daughter's being held hostage, Armstrong.
And I've been Joe. Have you tried heroin, Jackson?
Oh, fucking yes. Good one. Bye.
The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Podnose, the UK's leading independent entertainment podcasting network. For episode archives of the All Seeing Guys and all of the shows on the network, visit us at www.podnose.com. You can also follow us on Twitter via @Podnose or send us an email via admin@podnose.com.